Welcome to the Boss Battle Show, where you don't need roads.
Because you're already there watching us.
That's right. So today I'm going to talk to you about Star Wars toys that are coming out real soon because the movie's right around the corner. Your mind's going to blow and you're going to spend all your money. And then Timmy's going to tell you about products that we have coming out. He's going to detail the products and another just something cool that we have. And then
A little something for the people.
And then we're going to talk about games that are deader than doornails.
Bring them down.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. What's up, guys? I'm Adam Ronan. I want to talk to you about something I'm really passionate about, and that's toys. Toys! Hey, I really like toys, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. I don't know if you knew that. But something that's happening is we all know that Star Wars Episode 7 is coming out on December 18th. But before that, on September 4th at 12:01 a.m. is Force Friday, where Toys R Us, Walmart's, everything across the nation is going to be having a huge blowout for all the new Star Wars Episode 7 merchandise. So Hasbro's going to have all their toys, their 4-inch figures, they're going to have their 6-inch black figures. They're probably gonna have 4-inch black figures.
I'll take a 6-inch black.
Yeah, you will.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yeah, you will. They're probably gonna have, Lego's gonna release all their stuff, and you're gonna see a lot of spoilers because then you're gonna see characters that you didn't know were in the movie, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, what? Like maybe they'll have like a Han Solo that like splits in half or something. You'll be like, oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen. But I mean, come on, we all knew like Harrison Ford wasn't gonna sign on unless he was gonna die. Spoiler alert. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I'm really hyped about that. I think it's going to be super sick. I'm going to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to buy everything. I might even buy Barbies if they have.
Star Wars
Barbies, like Star Wars Barbies, like if they have
Star Wars,
if they have like a 72-year-old Leia Barbie, I'll buy that shit. I'll buy it all. I don't care. But no, I'm really pumped about it, and I just want to know: is anyone in the community stoked about it? Do you collect Star Wars figures? What's your collection habits? Let's get weird with it. Talk about it in the comments. Let's get weird on Twitter. I want to know: are you guys gonna go to buy the Star Wars toys? Are you gonna spend the money? Because I am. And how much you spend? What's your budget? Which figures are you looking forward to? What are you hoping they're going to have? What are you hoping they're not going to have? Is Han Solo going to split apart? Are you going to be upset if he does? Spoilers, what's happening? I want to know. Tell me. Let's get crazy. May the Force be with you. No!
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Combo here, ready to discuss with you August 10th. A day that will live on in your memory forever. And why is that? Because August 10th is the day that Ronin 24 opens their store! And what? Hype happening, hype happening, hype happening! So, first thing that we're going to be having out early this month is t-shirts! I know you're super excited. Check out the graphic, that baby right there. Later out this month, you'll be able to grab one of those t-shirts in whatever size fits your little bellies. But also, we might have some more t-shirts coming along the lines. Our other big product? His wrist. It looks so boring, like everybody else's wrist in the world. And you know what else you can put on is like those Livestrong bracelets, but they're so small. It's like only having one testicle in your pants. But I want two. And you know what I'm gonna get? Ronin 24 full thick metal bracelets. They're actually metal. They're made out of silicone, but they look super sweet. Check out the picture, I love them! So if you have a buddy, anything like Mr. Adam Ronan, after he hands you the controller and it's covered in his drippy, gooing sweat, your thumbs are slipping everywhere. There's only really one way to prevent that, am I right? What kind of way would that be? That's right, Ronin Grips, brought to you by your boy, Mr. TJ Combo. I use these on my controller. I'm super excited that you guys can use these on your controller now. We're definitely gonna be giving these away to my Bonehawk Brotherhood, so I'm gonna need some addresses from you cats. Also, you're gonna see these in some Twitch giveaways, and you're gonna be able to buy them on the website. I know it, Gordy knows it, you may not. Our very own Mr. Adam Ronan happens to just be the most brilliant and delicious musician that you could possibly imagine. And he's got a special announcement for you today. We are going to have a physical copy of the Samurai versus the Oni. So we're gonna have special release, which is gonna come with some previously unreleased tracks, bonus footage, and you're gonna be able to hold it in your pretty little hand and maybe even play it in your CD player in your car if you still have one. I don't know if people do or not, but if you do, purchase it now. So all of the products will be available by the end of the month. So right meow, I want you to head over to r24media.com and check it out. Your boy, TJ Combo, right here with Lord Vader.
No, today we're gonna, you probably can't even hear a fucking thing I'm saying.
You spit through the mask.
Did I?
I have no idea how. It came through the mask.
Of course. No, now we do the, is it an old man? Is it gonna be an old man?
Hayden Christensen? Oh.
Now, let me look on you with my own eyes. Now go, son, and tell your sister you were right about me. You were right. Welcome to the arcade, where we don't play the games, we just talk about them and various other things. TJ Combo over here. As you know, I am
I'm that guy. I am the TJ Combo.
You are?
Yeah.
And I'm the Ronin of Adam Variety. Me, I'm all Ronin. We're gonna talk about just like some games from the past that have died. And,
Resurrection today.
you know, what games did we play when we were younger that we would love to see come back? And you know.
Now I'm not talking about. I don't want zombie games. You know what I'm talking about? Zombie
There's
games?
a lot of zombie games.
There's a lot of zombie games where it was dead and then they bring it back, but it's like the zombie Pet Cemetery-esque version where it's not quite
Where
right,
it's not quite
and
what
it
it
tries to kill you with
Yeah.
a knife in the kitchen.
Or
And
like cuts your Achilles tendon. And you're like,
Exactly.
no, Gage,
Yeah,
why?
like, Gage, no. So no, we want the full resurrection.
Right, and like.
AKA the Jesus treatment.
I will start off with a game that was very passionate to me and gore horror, Bushido Blade, which was a 3D fighter back in would you say like 96, 97, Gordy?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And so it was very realistic. I use the term loosely because you could die in one hit. You could lose the launch of your arms, and it was a samurai-based game. So you know. I dug it. And that's been dead for a while, and I've been clamoring for that to make a return. So
Was that on PS1?
It was on PS1.
Yep.
And they had the
Just double
Bushido.
checking, because I had it as well, and I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was cool that you could have like impact to an arm, and that arm was now affected.
Yeah, or you could just straight up just slice them through, and then it was done.
Right.
It was like a Ronda Rousey fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like over with.
34 seconds later.
Yeah. And I can remember just Gordy and I would have just huge battles. Like we would span the whole mat, and you'd really have to block your swords, and we cut down trees. And so that's a game I really want to see come back.
Also from the PS1.
Also from the PS1, a game called Tenchu, which then went to PS2, and it was also on Xbox 360, and then died out. A great game because, as we've said before in the show, ninja games are hard to come by.
You can't find ninjas, and why is that? Because they're good at their job.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, the games are out there, but they're so well hidden that you can't
There's
find
actually
them.
hundreds of ninja games as we speak.
Yeah. Now
good luck finding one.
maybe Ubisoft knows that, and that's why they say it's a saturated
That's a
market.
good point. Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
They've got
Did
a
I
room
just-
full of them. Yeah.
Well, that might.
Didn't even think about that.
I'm talking like true to life, feudal Japan. You're a ninja. You're killing targets. Tenchu was the greatest
Not
game.
a whole lot of sneaking around in the last Ninja Gaiden series.
Right. And plus,
That being said, phenomenal series.
and
Love it.
also Tenchu 2, I believe, it was introduced a level building system, which at the time was pretty new to games.
Right.
And
Now
like
it's kind of run of the mill.
Yeah, like Tony Hawk was doing it, and you know.
But again, we talked about this. I mean, with games like Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell and all of these wonderful things that we've seen develop with all of the stealth games, there's no reason that a Ninja game shouldn't be in the works as we speak.
And it would be so cool.
But it's not.
It's not.
Make
So
it
what are you doing?
happen.
What are you doing out there, developers? Quit with your stupid shooters, and let's
Or I'm
rock some
gonna
ninja
ninja
games.
star you in the beehole. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Crash Bandicoot, guys.
Oh.
I don't get it.
Oh,
Like, redo it and redo it right. And I'm not talking about Sonic style, because
Right.
Sonic has been...
well, they had Crash Racing,
my
and
God.
like
Run
Crash
through
Bandicoot went off on some tangents that kind of probably
But, I
killed
mean,
the series.
they did the normal thing where you have to create, you know, these little side shoot, you know,
Yeah.
games like the racing
Now,
game
does
stuff,
Naughty
but-
Dog? They don't own Crash Bandicoot anymore, I don't believe, and that's why we haven't seen one. Am I wrong? Producer.
You are quite right.
I am quite right.
They
the
no
voice
longer
of Gordy
are.
speaks.
Yeah.
Another game that I miss quite a lot that was on
Tell me
Sega
about
Genesis.
it. Remember it fondly.
Pour one out for our dead homies. It was on Sega Genesis and then made its way to the original PlayStation Uno. Was Road Rash. It was a fantastic game, and also some of the best gaming soundtracks of that time.
Oh my god, dude, Road Rash, most specifically 2 and 3 on Sega Genesis. I used to go down to the old local Blockbuster.
Oh, pour one out for our dead homies.
I just imagine the graphics of today with that kind of amazing setting,
yeah.
with an online setting. Could you imagine if you had like 8-player online just bashing each other?
Yeah, well,
Oh
and
my
imagine
God.
if they just kind of upped the ante a little bit and like you had like swords and like shotguns and you just rode up and just cut off the guy's head and they just...
Shotguns. That game took a violent twist.
I mean,
right?
that's
Yeah.
how I want all my games to be. I want them to be as violent as possible. That's how I am as a game.
Boom!
Yeah, totally. And speaking of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, a franchise that was near and dear to me, Earthworm Jim. How cool would that be if we...
And again, it's a cartoony character that has some
Yeah.
marketing potential there. Like, it's very easy to sell. You
And
get the
it's
retro market.
And it's super weird. Like, you swung on boogers, you were a worm, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah,
And-
just starting off there. Yeah, it's a little
it-
different than everything
it's
else.
super weird, but that was huge for a while. Then it spun off and had a couple games, and then it had a cartoon. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, yeah.
Earthworm Jim cartoon? Yeah. It was super cool, and you had your little gun. Little gun. I have like a Earthworm Jim action
You have a
figure.
rebel? Oh, I thought you had like the gun. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold
No.
on.
Oh, you didn't know? What if I just took off my head and there was a worm, and I was like, surprise!
Oh, I mean, dare we speak about, of course, all of the dead retro franchises,
Oh.
such as Mr. Phil Spencer.
I know I've said it before, but pour one out for our dead homies.
Yeah, Battletoads and stuff.
Battletoads.
Like this, I mean, that list goes on for hours, but you know, like all of those franchises were basically near and dear to somebody because back in the day, you didn't sample games like you do now. You bought a game, you invested in it, you played it till the end.
Or you bought it,
So,
or
like-
you rented it from Blockbuster.
Right, like, you know, like Battletoads and Bad Dudes and, you know, all those types of things. You get it and you play
Couple
it
of
the
Bad Dudes
whole
right here.
way through. What? But you'd play them for hours and you would suffer through just painstaking levels that are so difficult that you had to be at like a peak performance in order to beat them. And things like Battletoads need to come back.
Because, younger viewers,
I'm not talking about Rare
when we
Replay.
were kids, when you lost 3 lives and it said game over, you didn't just start
Right.
from where you died. Like,
Nope.
you had to start that whole motherfucker over from the beginning.
Yep, back
And-
to Title 1 screen, press start,
And
go all over.
And that was, and you know what? And there's so many franchises that are out there that we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But let me guide you to our podcast.
Yes.
You know, this week's podcast that will be launching coinciding with this episode.
because
thereabouts.
there's way too many games to talk about, but we want so many of these games to make a comeback in a positive way.
Yeah, in a positive way. And we're going to talk about all of them, but you know what? Why don't you join us on our podcast where we're going to get a little bit deeper and we're going to talk about all of the games we want to see
Oh
come
my
back.
God, we've got like literally 20 fighting games on this list.
Yeah, we
easily.
got a huge list, and we're going to kind of get deep with it. So, you know, kind of we've scratched the surface here, and you're like, ooh, I'm digging this conversation. What else do they want to play?
You got to watch this at work, but what did you listen to on your drive to work?
Yeah.
The podcast.
The podcast. And what's that podcast called?
The Battlecast.
The Boss Battlecast. Yeah, check it out. Welcome to the Boss Battle Show. Today, we're going to talk to you about some things. Smell it, Timmy.
I have a mustache.
Yes, smell it. We're going to talk
Where's my frog?
First of all, fuck, you see how that spit?
In the light, it was like.
I'm like a Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, and you're like Dennis Nedry.